Hi, my name is Ali Bow, and this is my final vlog for my Intro to Cinema class. I'm going to be analyzing the film The Virgin Suicides by Sofia Coppola. My main analysis is going to look at the contrast of happiness and pain and the restrictions that the girls feel in the movie through the mise-en-scène, lighting, and costumes. And I think that's all I have time for to talk about in this vlog, but there's definitely a lot more to talk about. It's an amazing film. But first I want to give a quick summary of the movie. The story is of 5 girls and what happens leading up to their deaths and what happens to 4 of the sisters that after their youngest sister commits suicide. It's told from the perspective of one of the younger neighbor boys after he's grown up, and the story focuses on not only the consequence of the youngest one committing suicide, but also just the older sister trying to rebel and what happens to these girls in the process of all of this. The mise-en-scène is set up in the movie to show how restricted the girls' lives are. The only places we see the girls are in their house or at school, and there's a brief scene where they're in a car, but I think Coppola does this to show how constricted the sisters are by their parents, and even the party that they have is thrown in the basement of their house, or the prom that they get to go to, their dad is chaperoning. So I think the mise-en-scène is supposed to show the suffocating feeling because of the small world that we see the girls in, and the only time we see them outside of that world is when they're dreaming about it or writing about it in their journals, and it never really happens that they get out and travel. The lighting in the movie seems to show this contrast too, because while it's dim and kind of this pastel feeling, it's just also dark and bright at the same time. It's like a very washed out feeling, and I think that that's used to show the contrast of that it's a very dark topic, but it's also this light movie. I think the lighting is just kind of trying to show the contrast between this dark and light. It's kind of in between both of those. It's not one or the other. It's just very, in between. And the last thing that popped up to me is the costumes. First, for Cecilia, at the beginning of the movie, we see her in a tree with a white dress, and the white dress is supposed to show innocence because white, that's just, and then at the party, she's wearing these bracelets over her bandages, and it's also just this contrast of these pretty bracelets, and she's dressing up, but also it's to hide her scars. That's such a deep pain. It's just such a contrast between pretty and pain. And the other girls' clothes are shown as very plain and kind of uniform looking. Even their prom dresses were described by the boys as 4 identical sacks. I think this choice of costume is just to show again how trapped the girls are under their parents' restrictions and just how they don't have any individuality. And that's reinforced by the oldest sister having to burn all of her records, which music is a great way to show individuality, and she's lost that too. So I think that really through all of these things, it shows how restricted they are. This has been my final vlog, and there's so much more to talk about, but I hope you enjoyed it, and watch the movie. It's amazing.